I mean, the one thing you cannot say about Joe is that he's a racist. I mean, he got into politics because of his commitment to civil rights.
Dr. Jill Biden talking about her husband, the former Vice President Joe Biden, who apologized this weekend in his effort to fend off criticism for comments he made about working while in the U.S. Senate with senators who were segregationists. It even came as new polling shows that he may have the best chance still at this early date of beating President Trump. It's a poll from the Washington Post and ABC News. It puts Biden ahead of Trump by 10 points, making him the only candidate with a double-digit lead in the general election. Again, national poll, as we always say, elections are 50 of them on the state level. Back with us tonight, two superb writers in this area, A.B. Stoddard, columnist and associate editor at Real Clear Politics, and Aaron Haynes-Wack is back with us, national writer covering race and ethnicity for the Associated Press. Aaron, I'd like to begin with you with a dual question. Number one, are you convinced that average outside the Twitter corridor Democrats took offense, expected an apology from Joe Biden? And B, are you convinced that said apology did the job?
Well, good evening, Brian. Good to be with you. And thanks for that reminder that, again, Twitter is not America. And, you know, I think that what we've continued to see, the polls that you alluded to, is that, you know, the vice president still does enjoy support, particularly among older black voters who do feel that he is the best candidate to beat President Donald Trump, which again and again, people tell me is their top priority in this 2020 election. So, you know, 3 weeks after the vice president makes these initial comments, you see him apologizing in South Carolina. He says that this is an apology that he wanted to make to people that he felt would maybe be the most affected by that apology. However, you did on that debate stage have somebody in Senator Kamala Harris who was asking for him to at least express regret for those remarks. And at least at that point, he did not think that that was necessary. While he did lose some support in the polls, like you said, he has that double-digit lead over the president and still has support among black voters. I think that really what this shows, obviously 2 weeks ahead of the next presidential debate where he probably will be on the stage again with Senator Harris, this is not a topic that he wants on that stage with him at the end of this month. He wants to change the subject and move on to other issues. But I think that the bottom line is that for voters, and especially a lot of black voters, racism is very much on the ballot.
And A.B., along those lines, you watched the debate along with us. Did Kamala Harris leave a mark? Did she leave lasting damage in the moment, in the subject of busing?
I think what's interesting is that sort of the challenge slash attack that she practiced for Joe Biden seemed to sort of affirmatively help her. It didn't so much cut into Joe Biden's support, but it really did help her. It gave her $2 million very quickly, and she was behind in fundraising, and it generated a lot of excitement, and it got her a bunch of new Congressional Black Caucus endorsements and a whole bunch of Google searches and excited new voters who believe that because of the way she challenged Joe Biden, that she could debate Donald Trump on stage and really take him on. So though it helped her, and in some quarters hurt her with people who are in the establishment and are Joe Biden supporters and do not want to see him cut down that way in such a personal way, I do think that Biden seems to be riding out this incident. He's wise to put it behind him well in advance of the next debate, to talk about the future, as he says, and get this behind it. It is early yet. I mean, it is not, I've said this so many times, it's not going to be a coronation for Joe Biden. It's not going to be easy if he becomes the nominee. He will get beaten up a bit along the way, or a lot, but it is very early considering that we're not going to see a presumptive nominee until late spring of next year.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.